Yes, perfect. So yeah, this is our this or that. First we have a movies category, traditions category, and then a would you rather category. We got it from the last hype train on here. Oh, I didn't realize that was a hype train one. They have such random emotes, I feel like, for the hype train sometimes. But they're cute. They're just random. They don't necessarily are very hype trainy. Okay. So we're going to do the movies first. So, Hocus Pocus or Beetlejuice? I know personally, Beetle, you have Beetle. I know personally, I don't love either of these movies very much. But Hocus Pocus, I do like more than Beetlejuice. I want to see the second Beetlejuice, though, because I love Winona Ryder. I love Jenna Ortega. So I would like to see that. Same, but I'd rather go with Beetle. I get it. I don't love either one of them. I really am not a Hocus Pocus person either. But I think I'd prefer that over Beetlejuice. I wonder, maybe I can change the text color on them for my choice. Maybe to like a green? Yeah, we'll do that. I think that'll work. Change it to green for my choices personally. Then we have the Nightmare Before Christmas or Corpse Bride. I love both of these. They're both Tim Burton, but I have got to do Nightmare Before Christmas. I mean, I can't not do Nightmare Before Christmas. I love it so much. I have watched it way more than Corpse Bride, and I prefer to watch it over Corpse Bride. The Nightmare Before Christmas all day, yeah. Yeah, I prefer it over Corpse Bride. I just recently watched Corpse Bride, so it's not even like, oh, I don't really remember it. I just watched it like yesterday. And yeah, I love it, but Night Before Christmas just has a special place. Then we have Coraline or Casper. Coraline for me. Oops, that's the wrong color. There we go. Coraline. I don't love Casper. Maybe it's because he's a friendly ghost and I just don't fuck with that. You've never seen Coraline? I know, we actually need you to watch Coraline. I think you might still pick Casper over the two, knowing you, but Coraline is really good. I like Coraline. It's not one of my favorites, but I do like Coraline. And yeah, I really just don't care for Casper. Next, Frankenweenie or the Haunted Mansion. Now, I'm going to go with the original Haunted Mansion, not the new Haunted Mansion movie. And in that terms, it would be the Haunted Mansion for me. Just hands down. That's a great movie. And Frankenweenie, once again, Tim Burton. It's fine, but not my favorite. Just not my favorite. Haunted Mansion is a classic. Haunted Mansion all day, I know. Yeah, that's true. Actually, we have Haunted Mansion artwork around the apartment as well. So definitely Haunted Mansion. The ride, especially, is very cool. I love the ride. Very, very fun. And then finally, for our movies section, is it going to be Scream or Halloween? This one actually I think is going to be hard for me. I don't think I know. Scream or Halloween? Part of me is leaning towards Scream. But I don't know. Halloween's also a classic. I mean, they're both... One is obviously older than the other, but they're both classics in their own sense. But I think I like Scream more, maybe. Halloween can't beat old Michael. Scream wouldn't exist if we didn't have the previous horror movies to come and then make a parody off of it. It's not even a parody, though. It's more about every single horror movie. My vote is The Quack Redeem. That's a good movie. I don't care that Scream wouldn't be there without the other movies, because no matter what movies were iconic, Scream could be made. So that's a null point for me. Like, that just doesn't matter. They could have made it over anything. It's just the horror genre in general. To look at that. I think I'm going to go with Scream. But that one's hard, because I do like Halloween a lot. I like all the Halloween, well, not all the Halloween movies. I have Halloween Returns, and Halloween Kills, whatever the most two recent Halloween movies are. Those are the ones I've seen. I haven't seen like the Rob Zombie one or Halloween 2 or any of the other many versions. I saw somebody recently make a video of like, here are all the different timelines, and they were going to watch it with their partner, and I was like, I don't think I realized how deep Halloween movie timelines go. It's a little ridiculous. Okay, let's move on to traditions. Move that down. So, trick-or-treating or handing out the candy? I think handing out candy is more fun than trick-or-treating ever was. Trick-or-treating for you? I think handing out the candy is way more fun. Because trick-or-treating, I mean, yes, you're getting candy, but I know that I was only ever excited about a couple places that we went. We went to a family friend's house every year, and they first of all had the king-size candy bars, which was great. But also, the husband would dress up, and their whole house was super fun. So that was the fun part of it, but not actually the trick-or-treating section of it. I think handing out candy is a lot of fun, especially, you know, we dress up, and we set the mood with music, and we sit outside, and it's just fun to see all the kids come up and get candy. And then judge the kids that are rude and blame their parents for it. Then we have a scary movie night or costume party. I myself will always choose a scary movie night over a costume party. That's just, I don't know. We talked about costume parties, I think, on the last stream, and it just does not make sense to me to spend so much money for one night. It really doesn't. It's hard for me to justify getting a costume together. I'm in the transition, but I loved costume parties. I don't know. I never, I guess, have really been to a costume party. But I also am just not, that's not the part of Halloween that I like, dressing up. I like a lot of other parts of Halloween. I'd line up the pre-parties on Halloween night and weekend bar costume parties. Yeah, I don't know. That's just, I don't know. I don't like costumes. They're a lot of money. Use my costume at least 3 times at like 3 different parties, but it's still just one night. Yes. I can see you nodding. It's still just one night out of the year. Not if one is a 20. No, that's still one night. No, that's once a year. You're spending however much money on a costume, and some people spend a whole lot, and some people don't. And the people that don't get, well, one, they don't win the costume party that's inevitably going to happen, the costume contest, and then they get ridiculed. Oh, you just wore a t-shirt. Oh, you just cheaped out. Like, and where's the fun in that? Then bars do a whole weekend. Yeah, that's still one night. That's still once a year. One thing a year. I'm not buying something for one thing a year. I've recycled so many costumes for so many years, though. Yeah, and I don't want that either. I don't want to be the same thing every year. I don't like costume parties. I think they're stupid. I really do. You either have to reuse the costume every year, so you're always going to be one thing every fucking year, and that's not fun, or you have to spend a lot of money, and then that's it. That's it. I'm just not a costume person. I think that it's so stupid. Ugh. Of course you would get me heated. Yep. Bobbing for apples or carving pumpkins? I don't like bobbing for apples. Carving pumpkins, they're both messy in their own sense. One, you're getting water everywhere, potentially. And pumpkin guts, they are kind of very itchy. They're actually kind of terrible to go through. But I will always choose carving pumpkins. We carve pumpkins every year. And I love it. I love doing it. Carve. Yes. I want to do a pumpkin this year where I shave parts of it off and I'm not actually cutting into it. Those have always interested me, but I've never had enough time for them. But I need to do that this year. Find one that I'm taking off parts of the pumpkin rather than carving it. Hayride or pumpkin patch? Hay is itchy. Pumpkin patch. I don't know. I've only gone on hay rides that really take you from like one point to another, and it's a hay ride that does it. But pumpkin patches are fun. Patch. Hay itchy, horse stinky, people crowded. Yeah, that's true. And the people. You're stuck on a hay ride with people that you don't know and kids inevitably, and I don't know. There's nothing fun that happens on a hayride. I don't feel like. They're just modes of transportation. Pumpkin patches are fun. You get to look at all the pumpkins. You get to pick a pumpkin. Cut the pumpkin out. Haunted house or corn maze? I don't really know on this one. Is the corn maze just a corn maze without scariness? Or is it a corn maze when you're just getting lost? I don't know. I've been in a corn maze where there were scare people in it, and it was very scary. And it was at night. Very scary, very fun. Not too scary. Not too... I hate any haunted attraction where they can touch you or they can chase you. I'm fine with a jump scare. Don't chase me, don't touch me. But haunted houses are kind of the same. It's a lot of jump scares. I think corn maze though, because that's way scarier. It's a very natural element of it, where a haunted house is very cool usually, especially if they're done well, all made up and stuff, very themed. But a corn maze has like it brings a fear. You're in the dark, potentially if you're doing it at night. You're in the dark. If they're scare actors, then you know that people are in there. You can hear screaming throughout the corn maze, which makes it even scarier. I think corn mazes are scarier than haunted houses. Or they can be, you know. But I think I would choose a corn maze. I think for me, that aspect of being outside in the dark, hearing people screaming all throughout, it's a lot. Candy apples or caramel apples? I've never had a candy apple. I've only recently had a caramel apple. I feel like I still would prefer caramel apple. I mean, caramel and apples over a candy apple, but I can't quite say. I've never had candy apple. But I assume it's just a sugar coating over an apple. And so I would prefer caramel. That is really loud. I don't know if you guys can hear the beeping, but if you can, I'm sorry. Oh, it just ended. Good. I was like, is that as loud as I think it is? It really is. I don't know what it was. The trash. And then finally, there we go. A would you rather. Would you rather eat licorice or eat candy corn? I hate licorice. I have tried many brands of licorice. I hate it. It's really, I don't like it. I don't know. And I know obviously people have different taste buds and stuff, but I don't know. I don't know what it is that people love it so much, especially like Twizzlers and stuff. People love Twizzlers. I hate it. I hate black licorice more though. I wonder if black licorice is more of the licorice taste than like Twizzlers. I don't know what is Twizzlers like red licorice. I haven't even seen Twizzlers in a long time. Are they still around? This reminds me I need to turn my phone volumes down. Depends. If black licorice, then I prefer candy corn, but red vines, I prefer that. I don't. Here, let me look at the difference. Difference between red vines and black licorice. Flavoring and color. Thank you. Only black licorice is truly considered licorice because it contains elements of the licorice plant. Red vines are known by candy fans as licorice due to the similar taste and texture of a red vine to the traditional black Red vines are known by candy fans as licorice due to the similar taste and texture of a red vine to the traditional black licorice candy. That is a really confusing sentence, I feel like. So, yeah. Maybe that's why I hate black licorice more, because it's actually licorice. It was a 1-800-GOT-JUNK truck at the neighbors backing up. Ooh. 100-point why? Why would they do that? You can go forward. It's not a dead end. So red licorice is not real licorice, but resembles it in shape. So red licorice isn't even real. Red licorice usually comes in a strawberry flavor, but can also be cherry, raspberry, or cinnamon. Maybe that's why I hate black licorice even more, though. Because it's actually the licorice plant. Yeah, I just don't like licorice. And candy corn, I love candy corn. I don't love candy corn. I don't eat it all the time. I don't have to have a million bags of it. But I do like candy corn. I do eat candy corn every season. But it's not something that I'm like, oh my god, you don't like it? How dare you? I understand it's such a sugar cube. It's just a lot of sugar. So would you rather eat sugar-free candy or eat candy from last year? I'm doing candy from last year. Sugar-free candy is disgusting. If you need it, and you eat it and whatever. But I don't need it. Yeah, and year-old candy is still good. Lots of people eat year-old candy. I don't mind a year-old candy, but I do mind sugar-free candy. It's just bad. If they made it better, I'd consider it, but it's just bad. Would you rather spend Halloween in a haunted house or spend Halloween in a remote cabin in the woods? How haunted. Cabin? I know, a remote cabin in the woods. Nobody's coming after you, potentially. Like, that's only in the horror movies. But a haunted house is literally haunted. You know that there's something there. But a cabin in the woods is just a cabin in the woods. But part of me kind of wants to be in a haunted house. A real haunted house. And kind of get that experience. So I think I'm going to go with haunted house. I mean, it's Halloween. Think haunted house. And then I'll just cleanse myself before I leave. and not let the energy follow me. And then lastly, would you rather attend a murder mystery party or go on a ghost bus tour? Murder mystery party. They sound so fun. Usually a real murder does happen, you know, in the movies. So there could be potential to solving a real murder along with a murder mystery. But I also, ghost tours, I'd rather go on a walking ghost tour. Gaff and I, we went to St. Augustine down in Florida, and we did a ghost tour where we had it's gone from my head, an EV, but it feels like there's another letter in there. What letter am I missing? EMF. There we go. EMF. We had the EMF readers, and I think some people had dowsing rods, but we didn't. Or he did, or maybe that was the Dr. Pepper Museum that we did the paranormal thing. I don't remember. And we did it in the Dr. Pepper. Yeah, and that was fun. Murder mystery. I've been on a ghost tour in Anchorage, so murder will be something new. Yes. St. Augustine was just EMF. Oh, I thought some people had dowsing rods there. But yeah, I do remember they had the dowsing rods at the Dr. Pepper Museum. But yeah, I'd rather go like on an active one where I can be a part of the ghost and not just kind of a ghost bus tour that feels a little downgraded. But a murder mystery party, that'd be fun. That'd be fun to have a character, to play a character and be like, oh, I know this part of the story. I don't know. That seems like it would be a very fun time. Until the real murder happened. Well, that is it for our this or that / would you rathers. I guess they're kind of all would you rather, aren't they, though? Would you rather have one or the other? That was fun, though. I enjoyed that. Good conversations.